Well, good morning to you, and thank you for joining us on 13 Sunrise at 4. We continue our winter storm coverage this morning. I'm Julia Brooks along with Julia Moffett.
And good morning to you. We have been working all night to keep you safe. Our meteorologists, Chuck Lofton and Kelly Green, have been hard at work all night as well throughout the night so they could update the very latest models and forecasts. So we'll check in with them in just a moment.
We do have crews all around central Indiana this morning checking road conditions, power outages, and flight cancellations.
Right now, though, we do want to get you the most up-to-date forecast.
So we're going to check in now with Chuck and Kelly on what we're seeing right now. Good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning. It's 4 o'clock. It is really cold. Come on out, Kelly. We've been working on this forecast. We've got a brand new wind chill warning that's just issued, right, for some counties.
For east central Indiana, that includes Fayette, Union counties, and that is until 5 o'clock today. We know the wind chill really the big factor of this storm.
It is. And, you know, you talk about snow. Certainly we have it out there, but blizzards or winter storms are not necessarily about snow. They're about wind and cold and snow mixed in, and certainly that's what we have. So here's this winter storm warning. By the way, good morning. Hope you're off to a good start. It's really cold out there. The winter storm warning until 7 o'clock tonight. There is a reason for that. It is really bitter cold outside. You're looking live at the remnants of Chris Kindlemark there in downtown Carmel. No need to freeze that ice. It's automatically frozen. Usually if we showed you this, this would be our big story, the snow that is still blowing from Marion to Elwood, some flurries around Indy, Newcastle, and Richmond. But it's just part of the story today. Look at the massive amount of winter storm warnings, even blizzard warnings now for the Michigan City, South Bend area around the Midwest. And of course, we're at the southern flank of this. Now, currently, look at these temperatures, 8 below zero in Indy and in Chicago. It is colder here than it is in Detroit or Cleveland. They're in the teens and 20s, but that colder air is moving in. And so as I drill down a little bit, take a look at this. Greencastle, you're at 10 below zero. Richmond, Shelbyville at 4 below. Now you factor in this cold wind that we have, and folks, it feels like 36 degrees below zero. Is that rare? You bet it is. Usually we will on average have an hour and a half of a 30 below wind chill the entire year. We've had hours of that already this morning. And look at the projected winds now, 39 to 40 miles per hour. We believe at times we could see gusts to 55 miles per hour. So heading out the door at 8 o'clock, 10 below zero. By 9, about 8 below. And eventually we'll warm up this afternoon to 1. That's our high, 1, with a winter storm warning. Obviously, we have so much to talk about, but part of that involves traffic. And Kelly, you've been keeping an eye on that this morning. How are we doing out there so far?
Well, the roads are still very treacherous across the area. We're taking a live look downtown Indianapolis from one of our cams. We're going to go out to Samantha in just a few minutes, but the roads are definitely treacherous. We had that flash freeze last night with all the rain. It refroze on the surfaces, and then we had the snow that's been falling, and now we're having the blowing snow. So despite the fact that I&D were out there, they were handling the roads, they're being recovered again because of the blowing snow on top of the roads across the interstate. So here's a look at an accident that we had working here just a few minutes ago that came into the newsroom. We have a disabled vehicle in eastbound travel lanes of I-70 that's now being cleaned up. But unfortunately, you can see those eastbound travel lanes and the westbound travel lanes are very treacherous out there. Just some lanes that are open at this point. If you do need to travel, be safe out there, but we have emergency responders that have to go out to this kind of condition, and if you do slide off, they are going to be subjected to those miserable wind chill warnings. Now, Samantha is out there in Indianapolis. Samantha, what are you seeing out there right now?
Good morning, Kelly. We are coming down Meridian Street, making our way towards Monument Circle. I can tell you we've been driving the roads here in downtown this morning. When I came in around 1:30, the roads were very much snow covered, but now I can tell you it's almost more of a slush, and that could be, of course, courtesy of the crews who have been out working overnight. I do want to make it very clear, though, that we know we are dealing with these bitter cold temperatures, which means we could see this ice over, too. We know that's been a concern since this winter storm moved in. Here's the deal. We didn't get a whole lot of snow overnight like we were talking about, but those bitter cold temperatures are the main concern. Typically, when we're in the drive cam, we would hop out and show you what's going on. But here's why we're not. I've got the live Doppler 13 radar pulled up here. It feels like negative 36 right now in Indianapolis. So we're going to stay in the car, but we will be monitoring road conditions throughout Marion County. We're going to head to the Lawrence area next to see what the roads are looking like there before making our way back around to the south side. So certainly if we run into any issues, we'll keep you updated both on air and online.
Samantha, thank you. Yeah, negative 36 feels like temperature is no joke, so I'm glad that she's able to stay inside. Just a reminder, though, city leaders are urging you to stay off the roads today if possible. We've been telling you this all week, but if you do have to be out and about, don't leave home without an emergency car kit with you in case you do run into any problems. You'll want to have everything from an extra phone charger to a blanket, a first aid kit, also some bottled water and snacks, an ice scraper, a flashlight, extra batteries with that, and something to help you get traction if you do find yourself stuck in that ice or snow.
Seems like everywhere I've been this week, everyone just wanted to know how much snow we would be getting. But as we have just tried to drive home, the winter storm, it's the cold temperatures, not really the snow that we are seeing across the state. That's the most dangerous. Gina Galeros is in Hamilton County this morning. So Gina, I am glad to see that you are at least covered there this morning, maybe in an igloo though.
Yes, good morning, Julia, and that is really the name of the game. As you heard Samantha mention, it is so bitterly cold out this morning that our team coverage is going to go a little bit differently. We're staying inside to make sure that we are safe, to make sure that you are safe. So live inside of an igloo, we got this heater going, and we are in downtown Carmel. If you're familiar with these igloos in downtown Carmel, they really help you out tremendously. I want to give you a peek outside of the igloo there. We have some snow, as you heard. We do have the ice underneath the snow. Now earlier we were driving around Hamilton County for the last couple hours up and down US 31. We want to show you that video around some neighborhoods as well. We were taking it about 35 miles per hour. Want to say roads were passable. We also saw some plows out there, but if you don't have to go anywhere, stay inside. We did have some blowing snow. Again, pretty passable. Now, as you're going around some roundabouts and going on those on-ramps at the intersections, we did slide quite a bit. So be careful, take it slow, and team coverage, we have you covered throughout the morning, but for now, we are live in Hamilton County. Gina Galeros, 13 News.
Gina, thank you. And this morning we're also learning more about a late night fire that happened on the northwest side of Marion County. IFD tells us this started just after 9:30 last night with a car fire in the garage, which then spread to the rest of the house. 2 people who were inside the house at the time of that fire did make it out safely. As many as 35 firefighters had to battle this blaze, as well as the wind and the snow and the bitter cold. Plus, one of the water supply lines froze during the firefight. We're now working to learn more about what caused that fire. Let's get over to Chuck. That was a kind of a bitter night for those guys who have to work.
Oh, absolutely. And our hearts break for those folks at the home, but also for the folks who had to put that out. This is not wind chill. This is air temperature, folks. 8 below in Peru and Logansport, Florida. Lebanon, you have a 10 below temperature right now. Here in Indianapolis, it's 8 below and 9 below in Zionsville, where Gina just was there in Carmel. Hamilton County, 6 below zero. And even in our southern counties, it is bone-chilling cold. 8 below zero in Bloomington and also in Spencer. The real news, though, the wind chills. The Siberian Express is coming into town. So already we have more than a dozen towns recording wind chills below 30 below zero. Well, we've got a lot to talk about, including a forecast leading up to Christmas Day. It will warm up, Julia, a little bit, and we'll get to that in a few minutes.
Not expecting much today. Thank you, Chuck. Great to see you back, by the way. And as you start your day during this winter weather, we've got your back here on Channel 13. You can be ready by downloading the WTHR app, available right now on your iPhone or Android. We have live radar there, and then an hour-by-hour breakdown of the forecast. You can watch those temperatures as well. And, of course, we'll continue our coverage of this winter weather conditions right here on 13 News.